Call forth my teachers and my teachers' teachers to be present through me, so that by raising the vibration, creating healing frequencies, we may heal ourselves. By healing ourselves, we open the doors for others to heal themselves for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you, Nana. Good morning, Kat. Okay, so today we're going to work on lightening our hearts, lightening the lungs, and moving through the winter blahs. Always feels like this time of year is, and I notice in February is where we kind of can feel that, like, just the lack of sunshine starts to build up. Well, it is a beautiful sunny day today, but we have had a lot of gray days and can just kind of pile up on us and make us feel a little bit heavy. So we're going to work on really clearing the lungs and the heart, lightening those emotional aspects of ourselves, as well as doing physical clearing of the lungs to continue strengthening that part of ourselves that is our first line of defense against viruses and bacterial infections. So we'll just begin warming our bodies up. We're now past the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So we are a little bit less than 6 weeks away to the equinox, the first day of spring. So we will get there. But in the meantime, we can work to maintain our health, strengthen our emotional beings, and continue the processes. We're still in the yin time of year, still working out the deep internal aspects of ourselves. So we'll begin focusing inwards, dropping the gaze inwards as we rotate around the center, feeling your spine, and just with your mind, trace the Taiji pole. See it running down the center line of your body. See how it runs basically in front of the spine, but running parallel to the spine. So as we're turning around the spine and loosening all the muscles along the spine, we're also bringing out the Taiji pole. See how the Taiji pole opens at the crown of the head, opens at the base of the body, extending all the way down into the earth. So we have this like a maypole, an energetic maypole running through ourselves, and we're just rotating around that and tuning in to that deepest level of our being. And just bringing the awareness now to the breath, inhaling through the nose, long exhale through the mouth, letting the shoulders drop. And you can bring in some variations if you like. You can begin to shift the weight from side to side. And notice this makes a slight difference in how your body is opening and rotating, beginning to open in the hip joints. You can also open the feet to the sides. It's like a different sensation. And also you can try just keeping the head straight forward and rotating the neck underneath it. This just really helps to loosen up the neck muscles if you have a tight neck or shoulders today. And bringing the awareness back to the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We'll do one more minute of just this gentle warm up, keeping the gaze directed inwards. Allowing yourself to really feel your own energy today. And we're going to keep returning to that how we're checking in with ourselves. It's fine if the thoughts of other people or situations arise during your practice, but we'll keep bringing the mind today back to yourself and how are you doing? Just giving yourself the luxury of this time for self-reflection. So for the last 30 seconds, breathing, really feeling your whole body. And then we'll be slowing down. Naturally coming to a complete halt and checking the posture before we go into Buji, seeing your feet slightly wider than the hips, rotating to the outside of the feet, pressing at the base of the big toe, and find the center point of the heel and allow that to drop down into the earth. And then as we're lifting in the arches, slightly lifting the energy up the legs and then lifting in the front of the hip flexors, which will naturally drop the tailbone and tuck the butt under. Soften the belly, soften the chest, straighten the spine out of the sacrum, and tucking the chin to lengthen the back of the neck, lifting the tips of the ears. And now feeling the sides of the neck relax and the shoulders and curving the arms forward, activating the tips of the fingers downwards towards the earth. Slight curve in the wrists and elbows. And then closing the eyes and mouth, opening the nose and ears, and then feeling like you're suspended from above. Feeling yourself lift through the crown of the head, lengthening that spine a little more, creating a little more space between the vertebrae. And then feeling your energy bodies are really holding you up and suspending you in space. Now bringing that inner awareness to the center of the head, switching on and opening that gate of consciousness in the very middle of the head, sweeping the internal gaze downwards, starting at the feet, and doing a check-in through your body internally, making slight adjustments to your posture. Also, noticing where you feel areas of stagnation in your body, whether it be areas of discomfort, or you just feel the energy is not flowing as completely through those parts of yourself. Just taking a mental checklist. Sweeping all the way up now through the torso. And lifting the heart. Allowing the shoulders to drop a little more. Lengthen the back of the neck a little more by lifting from the base of the occiput. And now just focusing on the breath as you release the observation and dissolve yourself. Allow yourself to just become space and light, mingling your energy and your atoms with all that is in the universe. 2 minutes of silence here. from this expanded state, spaciousness. Allow yourself to set an intention, if you'd like, for your practice today. Now that intention can relate to lifting your mood. It can relate to clearing the lungs or any other intention that you feel for yourself is most appropriate for your own healing. Allow yourself to have a clear intention, maybe saying it to yourself, or feeling the words or a phrase in your head, or perhaps creating an image that really identifies what it is you are looking to move into in your practice. You feel that intention come together in the head and then let it drop downwards through that Tai Chi pole into the heart center, lifting the heart as the energy of that intention lands, and feel how it ripples out in all directions, out into that infinite Wu-Ji. Gently opening the eyes to seal that intention. We'll do 6 pulling down the heavens, inhaling up and bringing the light through the crown of the head and down the center line of the body, through soles of the feet into the earth, pushing out that stagnation. So you lift the energy and bring that lightness, that celestial chi down in. Stretching the spine. Let yourself begin to awaken. And last time. And just pause for a brief moment. Noticing how you're feeling right in this moment, so we can compare it later as we move through the practice. And then bending forward, we're going to come down, we're going to begin the clearing. So we're going to inhale up the center line of the body, around the breasts, underneath the arms, and pull out the wrists. And clearing down the yawns, bending the knees. Inhale up. We'll just do a few more of these, getting the lines of chi moving through the meridians and just clearing. Basically right here, we're just giving our body the message that we are moving the energy. This is what also can really help, just that heaviness. As we just literally get things moving, it will automatically begin to lighten up the chi, lighten up the heart. We'll do 2 more. Up the yins and down the yangs. Great. And now we're going to do our chi scattering set. Inhale to center. Swinging the arms front and back of the body. So to get the chi moving, coming at your own pace. If you're feeling sluggish this morning, it's fine to start slow and just feel your way into it. Or you may want to push yourself just a little bit, just to feel that energy begin to flow. As you keep the knees straight forward, turning the torso, begin to pump the lymph through the body. You're also pumping the blood through the body. And as we're pumping, we're clearing. So we're inhaling, bringing energy up through the center line, and then exhaling to the sides, pushing the old energy out. Loosening the lower back. And twice more to each side. And bring hands and feet together. Come into the pounding post. So rising up on the toes, and allowing that vibration to go through all of the whole body. Feel the muscles, feel them loosen, feeling the stagnation in the muscles come to the surface, and then come to the toes. Pound them out. physical vibration clear you. Now coming into the organs, visually in your mind, seeing them up and down, bouncing in the chest cavity. And they're going to come to the toes and pound the heels into the earth, letting that stagnation leave in all directions. And now coming down to the Taiji pole, seeing that long tube of light. It's being shook up, stimulated, then come to the toes, and a blast of white from the core. And last time, great, and a step wide, start at the hands and come to the center. Trembling horse. Three more times. And last time. Inhale up. Pulling down the heavens one time, just flooding the whole being with the light. Notice if you feel a little bit of lifting, of stagnation and heaviness. I'm going to come into the old man, get more vibration happening. Inhale up. Oh. Oh. That's the shoulders and bend at the waist. That's clearing, cutting the cords. Inhale up. Oh. 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 I'll do 3 more minutes. Oh. 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 3 more rounds. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Last round.
Oh. Oh.
And staying bent forward. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling at the base of the spine. Then like a waterfall, see that light come down the spine, out the crown of the head, refreshing you. One more breath here. And then bending the knees so the chest can rest on the legs and grasping the opposite elbows with the hands. And 2 more breaths here. Relaxing the jaw. And release the hands to the floor and rolling up slowly. Checking in with your spine. Keeping the head heavy. Unfurling just like a fern frond. Open, lifting the heart as you come up and coming right into some neck rolls. Inhaling back, exhale forward. Feeling the breath as it's entering the body, bringing in more life force. Exhaling, releasing the tension and stagnation in the neck and shoulders. And then change directions when you're ready. And then bring the head right back up to center. And stepping wide, we're going to come into a lunge and just allow the knee to gently drop towards the ground, and you can place the top of the foot on the earth. Inhaling, releasing the tension around the hip area, the front of the hip flexors of the extended leg. 2 more breaths here. And then pulling back, breathing into the back of the front leg, just getting some energy and some oxygen into this part of your leg. Inhaling behind the knee, feeling that hamstring just begin to soften. And then bringing that front knee back. We're going to come into the cat-cow. So we're just going to really loosen the spine. This will help to loosen up the lungs too. So inhale and arch the back. Exhale, leading with the tailbone, dropping the stomach. And inhale and exhale. It also helps to open the heart. And 2 more times. Beautiful. Then bringing the other knee forward. And just lengthening, extending that back leg out. Come on the floor. You come up on the knee if you like, or just bringing the hands down and breathing into the front of that extended leg so you can really bring some blood flow and chi into the hip joints. And 2 more breaths here. And then pulling back the front leg, Soften and loosen the hamstring on this side. And one more breath. And then bring that knee back to the other one. And we're just going to do an extended child's pose. So we're going to sit the butt back onto the heels, but leaving the hands stretched forward, and bring the third eye, forehead to the floor. And breathe into the back of the body. Now we're going to breathe, and we're going to just hold the breath, slightly expanding the back of the lungs. So breathe into the back of the body and feel the breath as it moves to open the spaces between the rib cage in the back of the body, and then suspend the breath. And release. We'll do 2 more breaths like this. Breathe into the back of the body. Feel the lungs expanding. Pause. And release. And one last time. Big breath in. Expanding, stretching, opening the spaces between the rib cage and the back of the body. Pause. And release. Good job. And now just bring the hands back along the side and just tune into your lungs. Feel how much more space you've created in the back of the body, the yin part of the body. We'll just take 1 minute to just completely relax and absorb. Few more breaths here. Bring the hands in front of the knees and inhaling, rolling up. And just stretch your arms up. Open the chest. And making your way back to standing, just allow your body to stretch as it wants to. Just feel where your muscles want to bring that new chi and energy in. Your body knows it's going to want to move the places where there's been stagnation. And it's going to want to fill those areas with blood and oxygen and chi. Allow your body to just shake it, shake it, shake it. Stillness, one pulling down the heavens. Inhale up. Big in the heart. Just pause for a moment, tuning in with yourself. Notice how you feel now. Great. Now I'm going to move to some specific exercises for the lungs. We're going to just begin with pounding the chest, stimulating the thymus gland, produce more white blood cells and T cells. Just feel that nice gentle tapping along the sternum. And then make the fingers into points and move along the intercostals. So those are those spaces, those are those muscles between the ribs. They can often get stuck. So be gentle going over the breast tissue, but we're basically opening the lines, the spaces between the ribs, which allows the lungs to have greater capacity. Just feel those spaces right underneath. Tune in
Really feel those areas. You might feel some stuck areas, and just allow your fingers to move along. Bringing healing chi in. You can kind of just give them a nice little rub. All the way back up the sternum, then along the collarbones. And identifying those lung points. There's lung 1 and lung 2. Lung 1 is right here, kind of in that the pec area, and lung 2 is right next to it, underneath the collarbone. These 2 areas right here, where my 2 fingers are. So just sense where those points are. Everybody's a little bit different, and the points do move a little bit. So maybe we feel the areas of those points and just see if there's any soreness, and just giving them a little bit of pressure, a little mini acupressure here. Keep breathing, opening those areas. Maybe you feel the lungs and the upper part of the lungs begin to expand as you open and stretch underneath the collarbone, lifting. And now release the hands, shake them out. And shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, good job. Now we're going to do this favorite exercise, the rotating the sun and the moon, making your energy fingers long on each hand, and inhale through the back of the body, bending the head slightly, bending the knees, and then pressing into the knees and opening the front of the body, raking the fingers through the lungs and stirring up anything that we just brought up. We're going to suction it into the palms of the hands. So as I'm pressing into the feet, I'm really creating a ripple up the spine. This physiologically does open the heart and the lungs. And as we're energetically pulling the heaviness into the hands, imagine it being suctioned out of your body like a gray, sticky mess. And we're going to pull that out of the body at those same 2 lung points. We're just going to pull it right out of the body, give it to the earth, and then immediately replace the space that's been left behind with the white light. See that just immediately go in. We'll do a few more rounds of clearing here. Now, if you'd like to add another layer of clearing, and this is really excellent if you do have anything ever going on with your lungs, bronchitis, or any stagnation, a cough of any kind, you can add in the healing sound for the lungs, which is s or sh. Sh. It's slightly softer. S. It's slightly more powerful. So either FH or just a s, like a snake. So just as you're pulling the stagnation into the hands, you can increase the intensity by adding in the sound. S. And pull out when you're ready. Gathering that old stuff out. Give it to the earth. Replace the white light. We'll do a couple more rounds. If you want to add in the sound. S. And last time, inhale. S. And pull out and release. I want to gather in the white light. Just gather it in and just place the hands for a moment here, seeing that light flood into the space of the lungs. We're going to do the healing sound again with just the sound, just so you can really notice the difference between using with the motion and just the sound. Are both very powerful. And you may be in some cases unable to do this motion, like you just feel too tired or whatever's going on. If you're sick, you could be lying in bed and doing this. You can be lying down and bring the hands slightly off of the body, palms facing towards those lung points. And inhale, we're going to do the same healing sound, sh or sa. And inhale. Shh. Leaving the stagnation, leaving on that sound. Shh. You can imagine all the blackness pouring out of the lungs through the exhale with the sound. Shh. Fantastic. And now we're just going to gather chi, gather the white light, bringing the hands towards each other. Open the palms of the hands to be emitting rays of white light and to fill the lungs. Just tuning really into your lungs and noticing your lung capacity. Noticing if you feel any areas that still have a little bit of shadowy energy to it, and really direct the light to those areas. Notice how the light, as soon as it comes in, it's expanding the lung tissue, expanding the ability of your body to gather the oxygen into the bloodstream. These big, giant arteries that run through the lungs into the heart and then also out of the heart. So as the blood flows through the lungs, gathering all this oxygen, and then the heart pumps it through to the whole rest of the body. So just tuning into your own energetic, intimate inner anatomy. Say that 3 times fast, and then really see it, how it's going. See this light pouring into the lungs, seeing those arteries as they pass through the lungs and going into the heart, and how that light is being pumped in the bloodstream through the whole body. It's pumping many times a minute, pumping all over. You can feel it pumping all the way down to your toes. And then just stabilize that, all that light that you've brought into the lungs. See it just absorbing. Visualize your lungs glowing, their full capacity. Taking some breaths and really enjoying the breath, enjoying the inhale, the fullness of the lungs, and then enjoying the exhale, the relief of clearing out any old energy that's in there. As you inhale, lift the heart. Feel yourself energetically lifting and opening. As you exhale, expelling the old toxins, old emotions. And one last time, inhale. Noticing how you can change your mood even with just a few breaths. And shake out the hands. Good job. We're going to do the Taoist 5 lung next. So your lungs are going to feel amazing today. One of my favorite things about teaching Qigong is, like, after this class in the afternoon, I have a friend who gives me acupuncture. And now we have a game where she feels my pulse and she can guess which organs have worked on in the class this morning. She gets it right every time. She's like, wow. Yeah, so today, I'm sure she's gonna be like, wow, your lungs are really great today. Sometimes it's spleen, sometimes it's liver, but every time she's like, that, whatever the organ we worked on, it's like really strong, the pulse. So I think it's someday I want to do some kind of little mini workshop on that, where people can immediately see how the effects of Qigong physiologically are so powerful. So we're going to do this exercise, the Taoist one. So we come to our T-Rex arms, dropping the butt, allowing hip flexors to raise. So we have that open back of the body, elbows heavy. And now we're just going to sink down, make a lozenge shape, exhale, and then inhale. It's like we're cupping the white light and it's pouring down the arms into the lungs, and exhaling out. And you can add in the tongue position for this, which is placing the tip of the tongue behind the 2 front teeth on the roof of the mouth. That's the heart-lung meridian, the lines that run through. Just creates a circuit, like plugging a plug into the wall. Just activates this whole other energetic part of you to intensify this particular exercise. Breathing in and out through the nose. We do this for 1 more minute. Just really enjoying the very simple but powerful exercise created by the Shaolin monks. Relaxing the whole body. Notice how the more you relax, the more the qi flows through the muscles. And we'll do 3 more times. And last time. Pausing for a moment. And shake out the hands. And one pulling down the heavens. Stretching tall. Bring that column of light through the crown of the head. And shake out the legs and feet. And coming to stand on one leg. Balancing. Drop the tailbone. And switch to the other leg. Notice the difference between your right and left side. If you're having trouble balancing, allow the line of energy to flow down the standing leg as you drop the tailbone. Feel the stability. Very good. Excellent. Back to the second side one more time. Great. And just walk around in a small circle. Letting the heart lift. While your posture is improved. Lifting the upper part of the body, just feeling yourself graciously moving through life. Feeling the solidity of your lower body and the lifting that occurs in the upper body when our lungs are light and full. See if you can notice that. Very good. All right. We're going to come into doing 5 minutes of the golden ball. This will just help to really refresh and restore and tonify all the systems. So I'm going to come forward on the toes and rock back on the heels. And inhales, we come forward. And exhale, rocking back. Then adding in the arms. Coming forward on the toes, inhale, gather a golden ball to the lower dantian. Exhale, rock back. Bring it to the heart. Inhale, open the heart wide. Exhale, gather it back to the heart. Inhale to the head. Exhale, joining the head and the heart. And then join the head and heart to the lower body and release. So that's the pattern, and we're going to continue to flow through it. You can go truly at your own pace. You can be more energetic or more slow, moving like you're underwater. Just feel into what is the right pace for you today. Knowing that each time you're coming forward, you're activating all the fire circuits of the body, the heart. And as you rock back, you're activating the kidney, the water lines of the body. It's creating like a pump through the whole system, generating qi. So this brings more qi into the three dantians, and then it moves it through all of the organs. And 3 more minutes, just enjoying this creation you are doing yourself simply by moving and breathing and visualizing the 3 components of your Qigong practice. Knowing that in this moment you're creating more healing energy for your body, creating more life force energy, and more contentment. One more minute. And last round. And one point on the heavens, inhaling. And bring that silver light into meet all that golden earthly chi that you just brought into your system. In that center line, opening, receiving the light. And now rubbing the hands together in front of the heart, step slightly wider. I'm going to do cloud hands just to balance out the yin and the yang in our systems. One hand at the collarbone, the other right the pelvic bone. We're going to shift to the side, pointing that top elbow, and then rotating the ball 180 degrees, shifting the weight to the other side. Natural, easy breaths. And then smoothing out the motions, creating an energetic figure 8. Balancing the right and left sides of the body, the masculine and feminine. Calming the mind. And we'll do this for 2 minutes. Continue to relax the muscles as much as possible. Let your hands feel like they're floating through space. You see if you can feel when the chi starts to really move through the arms, through the legs, like a rush of maybe heat. You can just feel, I just feel it like I can just feel the lines of chi moving through me. It's like every part of me becomes more aware. Getting softer and softer. We'll do twice more to each side. Bring the hands to the midline of the body. Inhale, and just bring the hands to the lower dantian, dropping the tailbone. Just tuning into the lower dantian area. And now feeling the energy as it comes up the inside of the legs through the lower dantian, and then goes down around the outside of the legs, dropping into the earth, anchoring you to the earth. 2 more breaths here, bringing the energy up from the soles of the feet to the lower dantian, and then exhaling down the outside of the legs, dropping into the earth, and once more circling up the inside of the legs. This is a really easy way to ground yourself. Just 3 breaths here, connecting into the earth, and now gently opening the eyes. I'm going to finish this part of the class with some breathing. So first I'd like to do the fire breath, and we'll do standing fire breath. And this is great for clearing the sinuses, as well as just bringing a lot of energy into the body if you're feeling stagnant. Very energizing breath. So placing the hands on the knees, we're going to pump the stomach. So we're going to be, and you can breathe out the mouth or the nose. If your nose is really clogged, you may want to use the mouth, but you can also just try to really clear the sinuses. You might want to have a tissue handy. Okay, so we're going to inhale through the nose, and then we're going to begin to pump out. Press all the air out. And then inhale. Pause. Gather the chi. Feel your lungs, your whole being expanding with that chi. And then exhale. Stretch up. We're going to do this twice more. Placing the hands again on the knees. This just really helps to help free the whole abdominal area, so it's easier than even than sitting. So inhale and exhale, begin. Press all the air out. Inhale, gather the chi. Suspend the breath. And exhale, stretch up. And we'll do one more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, begin. Exhale out. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Round the perineum. Expand the chest. Absorb the oxygen and then exhale and stretch up and shake it out. And we'll do 3 pulling down the heavens here. Inhale up and exhale, bringing that light through the crown, center line of the body, meeting all that other beautiful chi you've just generated. Let's close the eyes, pause for a moment, notice how you feel, drop the tailbone, lift the heart. And sweep with your mind's eye through your body, noticing what you notice. Notice what's changed during your practice. What areas feel now more energized and less stagnant? What areas still may need some work at the next part of the meditation? And then releasing and coming down to the floor or to be lying down in a comfortable position. Getting yourself really comfortable. You'd like to put a pillow or a bolster under your knees or the back of your head, underneath your neck. Just feel yourself really resting, suspending the thoughts. Just for this next 15-minute part of class, the lying down meditation. Feel yourself as the muscles relax, absorbing all that chi. Feeling yourself floating on a golden cloud. The eyes sink to the back of the skull. The face relaxes. Feeling your expanded lung capacity, just easy to breathe. Feeling the breath slow down. I'd like for you to see yourself outside of a walled garden. Right in front of the gate, those tall walls you cannot see over. But you know inside there's a beautiful garden. You can even hear a fountain. And as you stand before the gates of this garden, you feel the longing of your heart to go into the garden and be part of the magic within. Feeling the energy of your heart, really tuning in to the joy that lives in your heart always. Maybe thinking of something now that brings you joy. You'll know that feeling when your heart lifts literally, physically in your chest. You feel an energetic lifting as well. When you feel that lifting, as you think of something that brings you joy, a person or an animal, a pet, something that you love to do, the gates suddenly spring open and you can enter into the garden. As you come in, you immediately see all around you flowers and flowering trees, pathways winding through all colors of green and all colors of flowers and herbs, scenting the air with the delicious fragrance of jasmine and rose and orange blossom. Everywhere you look, every kind of color of flowers, peonies and roses and lilies, and all colors. As you wind around the paths, you feel your whole body and mind and heart just relax, present inside this beauty. And you realize that the paths are like a labyrinth, first winding around the outside of the garden, but gradually bringing you in towards the center of the garden where the fountain is splashing. Each turn of the path shows you new different kinds of trees and flowers. You feel yourself, your whole nervous system is just unwinding as you are present with every single step. And finally, you come close to the center, only to have the path take you all the way back around the outside, along the wall, where there's vines growing over the walls, flowers winding up. You can hear the birds singing. And then finally, the last turn of the path takes you right to the very heart of the garden, to the fountain shaped like an octagon. In the center, a beautiful spiral of water shooting up into the sunshine, falling back down into the fountain. You come right up to the edge and you sit at the edge of the fountain looking into the water. And to clear the sadness that may be present inside your being, allow that sadness to surface. Maybe imagine a time in your life when you felt really alone or outside of something. Felt like you didn't have support, felt like you were struggling, or some grief that happened in your life. Just tuning into that, remembering that feeling. And as you remember the feeling, allow that sadness to pour from your eyes as energetic tears down into the fountain, seeing that flow come right from the lungs and the heart, that sadness, that feeling of aloneness, feeling isolated. All those feelings are pouring right through your eyes and out as energetic tears, dropping into the fountain, where they absorbed and dissolved into that clear water. And as you move and clear that energy from your system, from your emotional energy body, also remember the silver lining of that experience. Remember how you discovered you were not alone, but that you had someone to turn to or talk to, even if it was some time later, someone you could share your feelings with. And remember that feeling now, of feeling connected to another, someone you could really be truly yourself with, really truly expressing what was happening in your heart. Also remember the gifts of knowing your own strength within, that even at times when we are alone, we learn the benefits of moving through something, finding out how strong we truly are within ourselves. And remembering also the preciousness of how it felt when the grief started to lift, or the sadness or the isolation, that we discovered something in our lives that allowed us to move that energy and reconnect to the joy. Just going through this recapitulation of aspects of yourself, and realizing that in this moment now, through your practice, through your meditation, you can integrate all these parts of yourself. And now bringing that awareness back to the heart, feeling the strength of your heart, your physical and energetic heart, how it's radiating through your body, through your being, that fierce, beautiful heart. And feeling the wisdom inside your heart as it's had to have these experiences of life, but that the gifts are so great. For you have gotten so much stronger over the years. Just taking this time now to really acknowledge yourself, how strong you are, how despite all obstacles and difficulties, you are here in this moment, loving yourself. Give yourself that strong message of love and appreciation, telling yourself, I love you, I love you, I love you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you've come here to this planet at this time to have these experiences, to grow, to become more creative, to discover yourself. Feel that inner goddess, that eternal part of you, flowing through the crown of the head, through the Taiji pole, and seeing that energetic illuminated center, just like the waterfall through your being, that eternal love within you. And feeling lighter now, releasing and absorbing and integrating those harder times of your life. Taking a deep breath and feeling yourself truly drop into this moment. Feeling the beauty as the water of the fountain has cleansed you and refreshed you. Begin to walk out the pathway of the labyrinth through the garden. And as you're walking, sensing the chakras that line up, feeding the Taiji pole, and tuning into each chakra as you move through the garden labyrinth. And any chakra that feels like it needs some refreshing, simply look around you and gather that color from the flowers as you move. So tuning into the root chakra at the base of the body, color red, absorbing the red light into the chakra wheel, and then closing the petals over that wheel. Coming to the belly chakra, front and back of the body, beautiful orange color. Breathing in the orange, refreshing and flooding that chakra. And then imagine the petals of the chakra just closing, keeping that light within. Now moving to the solar plexus, the base of the sternum in the front and the back of the body, the back of the rib cage. Opening those chakras for the gold color, like a buttercup yellow, absorbing the yellow light, and then closing the petals of the chakras, and then coming to the heart chakra in the middle of the chest, absorbing the green color in the front and the back of the heart, from all of the green in the garden, seeing that color just fly in. The chakras absorb the color of the light. And the petals gently close. And coming to the throat chakra, and the front to the back of the throat, a turquoise light. Breathing in that beautiful bluebells into the throat. Closing the petals, coming to the third eye between the brow and the back of the chakra at the base of the skull, or right where it meets the top of the neck. Deep indigo color, deep purple blue. Absorbing into those chakras, closing the petals. And finally coming to the crown chakra, opening and receiving a lavender colored light from the flowers, just all that color and light flowing into the crown, and then gently closing the petals. And now you find yourself back at the front gate of the garden. Feel your inner self refreshed and energized. All your chakras are awake and topped up with color and beauty. And before you walk out the gate, I invite you to just set an intention for something in your day today. Something that is for your deepest healing, something that your heart truly desires. And then open those gates and walk out into the day, back into your body here. Feeling yourself breathing that spirit back into this physical form, wiggling your fingers and toes, turning your head from side to side. And you're welcome to stay here and rest or meditation, or you can come to a seated position and close with me, inhaling the hands up over the head and drawing down the center line of the body to the heart and bowing the head to the heart. And then if you'd like to send some healing energy to someone, imagine that person sitting in front of you, their energy body And then choose a color you think is the best color for that person today and breathe it into the hands from your heart. And then blow that color into that person's energy body. Watch them absorb it, light it up, and receive it. And then feel it come back to you like a wave back into your own heart. Give thanks. It's ancient wisdom and knowledge, so that as we heal ourselves and raise our own vibrations, we allow it to move through us out into the world for the benefit of all beings, raising the level of love on the planet and through the universe. And so it is. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Sending you my love. I will be out of town next week, but I will return the following Wednesday. Have a beautiful day.